We're live, baby.
We are live. Hello, Power Team. We're just going to give everybody just a couple of minutes here to slowly hop on. We have a special guest here today. We have Mr. Ronald in person. And this is really Ronald he's not a Susie. He's not a make-believe. He's not an impersonator. He's the real thing. It's the real deal. It's the GOAT himself, the man, the legend, Mr. Ronald Also with us, we have Mr. Justin Halliday. Hi, Justin. And we have Mr. Vitali. Hi, Vitali.
What's going on, everybody?
And guess who Ronald is? Yes, Ronald is the last person who didn't say hi to everybody. Yes. So we wanted to have an important call to clarify a lot of things. Also to get rid of a little bit of some small issues or questions that were going through the internet. Yes, I'm still speaking with Ronald, and we still have a beautiful communication, as you can all see. So we can get on to step two. Step two is, what is cloud? Where are we at right now? Where are we going with cloud? There was one video done lately that was nice, but it wasn't clarified to my extent. So I wanted to clarify things a little bit further, all right? And with that, I wanted to bring also two of my top friends, leaders, marketers, respected people, which is Justin and Vitali also, to help me with some of the questions here on the panel. And we're really going to get into a serious call. I think this is going to be important for the whole community as a whole. And you're also seeing it right now on Cloud Chat, if you're watching it also, which is another beautiful feature that Ronald put into existence. So this way that when he has something to share with the community, it's like it's finished. He doesn't have to go to his Facebook wall anymore to tell everybody something. He's going to be doing it on Cloud Chat. Thank you very much. That was a beautiful feature.
I love the Cloud Chat. Yes.
Yes, it was a game winner. Listen, step number one, and we can all ask questions alternatively. All right, Justin and Vitali. My first question is, hello, Ronald. How are you?
Good. A bit busy. A bit tired as well. Have been slaving the entire week to push out the long-awaited features for the OTC, the SIM top-ups, the Jarvis 2.0, and the prepaid card top-up. So these are the things that we're trying to roll out within a short period of time. Yeah.
Okay. So question number one. Cloud is transferring, going to a new platform, a new system, and that's what we're going to explain right now, okay? So everybody understands it. So just stay with us, everybody. Cloud is going nowhere. It's always been there. It was just this new concept that Ronald has something bigger for us in store that maybe some of us did not understand. A lot of us did, but some of us did not, and that's why today we wanted to do something to clarify it for all the others who still did not maybe understand it. Number one question, the card that we got in KL, like, when we went to the live event, is that card actually going to work soon, or what's your, can you just explain where are we at with that card?
Okay. Well, we did this card a while back on the 5th, and basically the cards itself are non-registered, but when you're registered through the system itself, it gets sent to the bank's backend to actually do a KYC. And the KYC process, when it comes back to us itself, it actually will only tell us that, okay, this number is registered, or this is active, okay? And the email is sent through our node to actually hit the user directly, because we don't have the emails and everything. Now, we found out that there's some issues on our side that these emails are not it's not reaching the members, even though there's already 2,000 over cards being approved, but none of you guys actually have the ATM pin, all right? So none of you can use it. So we found out that about a week ago, and we're trying to rectify that issue. And at the same time itself, we are actually building up our top-up, the card top-up system to be on the wallet itself, so that you're able to utilize the card when you have the ATM pin. So it should be about around this week or so. That's what I was promised. Yeah, so yeah, the card are good to go. depending on the level that you are at, either you are C1, C2, or C3, or C4, okay, you will have different levels to the approval limits. All right, you will have to use the CTOs to actually unlock the limit, and use CTOs to actually change it to the currency, which is at the price of the current CTO price, right? So yeah, that's coming out around this week.
So in a nutshell, means that the card that we all registered for, we're like, it's still waiting for approval. We just have to wait for another week, and pretty soon we're all going to see when we log into our back office. It's going to say approved.
2,000 plus approved. So you have to wait for it for our site to be completed, so that you'll be able to see it in the app itself. Now you only see like 200 CTOs to apply, right? But those already applied and approved, okay, you will see a different screen.
Okay, those who are already approved will see a different screen pretty soon. We'll receive an email confirming when it's ready, or we have to wait for the app to tell us?
Your ATM pin.
Okay, so we're going to receive an ATM pin by email. Right?
Wait, how are we going to get that email? They don't have our email addresses.
You do. You send it to them.
Oh, when we applied for the card.
Yep.
Gotcha. Cool.
Okay, so we'll no longer see the screen with the card. We're going to...
Yeah, but will be more details, how to top up and things like that, how much you've been using, what you've been using for, and so on and so forth. So that will also be coming up shortly.
Okay, and there are going to be any limits on that card? And you mentioned you have Visa also coming.
Meaning, depending on the level that you're at, if you're C1, you have a certain limit. C2, you have a limit. Each level you go up, the higher, more limit you have, Vitaly. We'll know more about that pretty soon, I guess. Or do you have the exact numbers of the limit, Ronald?
I have the ones for the MasterCard, but not for the Visa ones. We're still trying to get the rate card from the Visa card provider, and once we have it, we will be releasing that very soon.
So what are the limits that are on the MasterCard, at least, if you can?
You can go is 13K, I think.
10,000.
13,000.
13,000. Okay, that's per month.
That's the full limit of the card, but you can keep topping it up.
But once you use the 13,000, you can top up again with the 13,000, right?
If you use 2,000, you still top it up to 2,000 again, and you still have 13. Means the maximum that this card can hold is about 13.
Oh, okay.
Can you do that like that every day? You can top it off with that? That's what my question is. Is that like once a month?
You can, if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, the card is coming to completion in the next week or so, or 2 weeks. Let's just say a week or two, right? If I understood, right, Justin? In a week or two,
yeah.
This card back in activation for those who apply.
The first is actually to get the email sent to all of you. That will be fairly quickly. Once you have the ATM pin, you can use an ATM to actually check the limits and things like that, right? To make sure that the card is working. So the second one is actually the top-up interface in the wallet itself. That should come about this week.
And
So that's you guys are working on the top up piece. The banks are going to send the PIN. You guys are going to fix the top up. Yeah. For the people that have MasterCards like Vitaly and us from the event, will we also be able to get a Visa card as well?
You can apply for it again. Yeah, you can apply for the second card.
right.
Perfect.
Now, second thing, those people that went to the live event, we were able to have these cards. Okay. What about the rest of the population?
Right.
They can order it like pretty soon. Also, do they have to wait like in November?
They can order it now through the
Yeah, a
wallet.
lot of people already ordered it and paid the 200 CTOs. They're just waiting to hear from the bank.
So everybody that wants to order the MasterCard, you go to your app where there's a little login pin where it says card, right? and you just go to card and you order your card. It's 200 CTOs to activate the card. So you can do the process right away. All right, everybody else. We thought that they had to wait till November. No, everybody can do the plan right away. Number one. Okay. So that means that once you have the card, once it's activated, once Ronald does the final piece of this puzzle also, we can actually load the card with our CTOs and spend it online, just like we would spend normal currency. And we can go to an ATM machine and withdraw cash. Is that what you're telling us?
Yep.
Pretty nice, eh? All right. So listen.
I just withdraw cash, but also buy with it, like on stores.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever.
Like a credit card, Vitaly. And just like, so this is coming to completion and the dream is coming true, everybody. So now that we understand that little piece of the puzzle, that's the first hurdle. The second hurdle is the
more things to be done with this card as well. This is your account for fiat to crypto, right? So basically what happens now is this. For example, the OTC itself, if you were to sign up a merchant, for example, okay, and that merchant itself has a transaction, and upon the closing of this transaction, if you sign up the merchant itself, you'll be getting a percentage from that particular transaction itself, right? And all of this can be channeled to the card.
Understand, Justin?
So the merchants that will be using the cards as well.
No, for example, merchants will be using a POS or a to receive payment, okay? And because these are crypto payments, okay, it will actually be sent to the OTC to be liquidated. And every time when there is a transaction through the OTC, there's a 2% profit for the particular transaction, right? 1% goes to the merchant itself. There's a 0.5% of this earning that is given back to the network marketer, and this can be sent to the card.
So
okay.
Can you explain about this 2%? Where is this 2%? Like every transaction is like 2% is the
charge.
It's a charge to use.
Yeah,
this?
for the merchant.
No.
Yeah, it's a fee.
And from the buyer and seller. Buyer will be someone who wants to buy that crypto. Seller would be the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So when I go to the store and I use a CTO or Bitcoin and I transfer it through the OTC, right? And actually this 2%, so I'm selling my Bitcoin at the current price, or am I paying a premium of 2% in order for me to
at the current price plus 1% of the transaction fee.
Okay, so that 1% goes to the actual merchant, and
Yep.
Got it.
So basically, this over the counter is for all of us who are watching here. It means that pretty soon, I don't know, is this going to be actually ready to operate? We're talking about what, in weeks and months?
We are testing the POS now. We are trying to work with several merchants that is able to work with us out. We have tested it in the event itself. So we're doing all of this, and yes, it's supposed to be out before the end of December, but more details will be out during the month. Basically, yeah. What are the rules? What are the affiliate programs like? And all of these things. All this information will be out.
Hey, listen, everybody, what we're doing here and what Ronald is doing, okay, so you understand this on a massive, bigger scale, is not something that's done on a click of a dime. It's not something that's, we've heard companies and organizations try to do something like this many times throughout these many years of marketing, and none of them have really ever succeeded. So I think that the only person who could actually pull this off is Mr. Ronald here. I'm sorry, but it's probably the only person who could actually pull something off of this huge a concept. Okay, Now this, what he wants to pull together is amazing, because what it means is that you, in your city, in your country, in your province, state, wherever you are, you can actually go see merchants and ask them, do they want to accept CTOs as a way of payment? Now this merchant will actually get a return, because why will he accept CTOs? Well, because he gets a little bit of a return there on everything that people use in CTOs. So he's gonna want to do it. At the same time, you also will get a affiliate percentage for having found that merchant. Now, all these details on the percentages on how it's going to work exactly and all that is yet to be determined in a near future. That's the whole idea behind this concept. And I think that's awesome. Can you imagine, where we are in cloud, all the affiliates they are right now? Can you imagine how many affiliates there'll be in December, in January? Can you imagine when all these affiliates in December and January actually start running around the world trying to get people to accept OTCs? Brother, you're going to have the biggest distribution company in the world to launch this. So
yeah, we are trying to build that as well, and also to increase the adoption for crypto. It's just not only CTOs to accept, but other major cryptos as well, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and everything else. So our POS solution or payment solution would accept any of this. And the wallet, it can be any token wallet or any type of wallet that is available to actually do the payment, but it's just a bit slower. And if you use the cloud wallet to actually do the payment, you'll be within maybe 15 seconds or so, 30 seconds for a transaction to be done, even though it's a Ethereum or a Bitcoin or anything else. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. I have another important question. I think the community as a whole and everybody that's watching will certainly ask us, and probably are even asking us right now while we're live in the group. By the way, this is going to be broadcasted in the cloud channel. That was something that was just an amazing piece of work that he added to our company and to cloud as a whole. That one thing that I want to get through to everybody right now that's watching is everybody. Listen, there's a lot of work in what Ronald is doing. Okay, he's not hiding. He's really busy. Every time I try to talk to him for the last week and a half, it's not complicated. Every once in a while he answers me, listen, Luigi, I'm just running here, I'm running there. Like he to put this together and what he wants to do to get this ready is a lot of work. So there's a lot of people asking, okay, what about my pending conversions and my pending withdrawals? So now let's all clarify this. Pending conversions, pending withdrawals. Everybody is going to be paid, and he's going to explain to you how. There's already a lot of people that were already, by the way, okay, paid. The problem is that since you have to it had to be kind of done manually with some of the leaders. And yes, it's not easy because there's a lot of leaders all at the same time, a lot of information. So to get around to doing everything all at the same time was not an easy task. So that's why a lot yes and a lot were no. Okay. So now the people that were a lot were no, like a lot of you watching, did we forget you? No. Are you going to be paid? Yes. How is that going to happen? Ronald, do you want to explain to them what's going to happen in about, let's say 8, 9, 10 days from now for all those people that have conversions and withdrawals? How can they expect to get whatever they wanted out? Ronald, please.
Okay, so let's discuss about the conversions first. We believe that every now and then, everyone would need to get to convert something so they can use it for their livelihood. So that's very normal. But the problem now is the conversion is actually backlogged, right? Because there's so many conversions. When you have a problem paying out to the community itself, fear kicks in, and then you have a big problem with withdrawals, because that will also kick in. So that's what is happening now. Okay, what and how are we going to solve this is very simple. The first way is also because of legality issues, we have to actually push that conversion out into a third-party platform, which is the OTC. Okay. Now, once we actually push it to the third-party platform itself, we solve two problems. The first problem is this: what we are using now in the cloud wallet for the wallet itself, we're giving the private keys to the user, and a lot of this users actually are abusing the private key by sending very small transactions into our nodes with very low gas fees. Okay, and what happened then was the nodes get jammed. When the nodes get jammed, everything stopped to move. I can't send out, I can't receive. All right, now, if we were to push that conversion out into the OTCs itself, it's a totally different node altogether. They don't give private keys, so they won't have this problem whereby it will be jammed. All right, and for our side itself, we are going to actually separate the nodes for withdrawal, for the normal wallets that the users are having now. Okay, so even though if you were to jam that particular channel, it will only jam the wallet side. Okay, but the withdrawals can come out normally. Now, I believe that if we can have a smooth way to get conversions done, fear no longer kicks in, withdrawal less. Okay, and it can happen like the normal days again. All right, so this is basically one of the methods that we're using through the OTC to do it. Now, the second one is we have the prepaid card, and if the members itself is available to convert the CTOs into their local currency directly, okay, there's no need for conversion anymore because they just want the local currency in the end of the day. All right, and it's faster this way as well. So less people would actually do conversion.
So basically, yes. So basically, just to sum it up, is first of all, remember that we have this card that we're going to be launching soon. And with that card, everybody will be able to get the card, load the card with their CTOs and use it. So first of all, so that's one solution that's happening like soon, okay? The other thing that he also expressed was with the factor that there was starting to be a little bit of an issue with the conversions all at the same time, a little bit of panic and fear installed, then you have a lot of people trying to withdraw. So that's why we're here, all of us together, Justin, Vitali, Luigi, like we've been there since the beginning. And it's not just because we have big teams that we're just still in love with this project. We're in love with this project because we know that the man behind the project has the good intentions behind it all right? That's the honest truth. Since the beginning, it's always been about we trust the man. So now I know that for some of you, it might be sometimes a little bit, like I understand, and it's normal. It's just human factor. But now let's get into a realistic factor where, look, he's not running away. He's still in our face right now. He's still also helping leaders like with some important issues. I know that some people that were really needed their money like now. I know that, yeah, everybody needs it now, okay? Trust me, I know that he still was able to help a lot of people, but he can't help everybody at the same time because cloud is too big to do everybody all at once. It's just not doable. He needs another solution, and the other solution is to have a card where we can all use it to do our own converting and withdrawals and purchasing. And I mean, come on, that's happening in a couple of weeks, everybody. We've been here for what, 4 or 5 months, 6 months already. We're almost at the end of this beautiful, beautiful concept and project. What is it to wait just a couple of more weeks? Okay. What is it? Okay.
I just want you to say about these cards, right? So everybody tops up their CTOs. Are you working with global banks, like whatever people are in their country? Where this money is going to come from in the local currency? What is supporting actually this this move from CTO to local currency?
No, the thing is, we understand that the blockchain is slow. Okay, so a lot of people jamming up the network itself, no matter how big it is, no matter how big the pipe it is, it's going to be jammed. So we need to actually use a method to let people withdraw their the funds, okay, so that oops.
Hold on, he froze there just a second. Let's give him time to just come back there.
Ronald.
Froze just a second there. I can stay on because we still have some more important updates to see.
You froze there a little bit.
You just froze. You want to start the last sentence you said over again, Ronald? Just the last sentence.
Yeah, I mean, we have that card for people to actually withdraw the cash so that it's easier and it's more direct, so it doesn't jam up the blockchain itself. Now, the card itself has a limit, okay? So the limit to withdraw might not be enough for many people. So we are actually trying to open up more channels for people to withdraw. Now, where is the source of fund coming from? Okay, in order to have this card to be able to use, we need to pre-fund the cards. So we actually have assets in the banks itself. Okay, and this card actually funded. I mean, the issuing bank is actually HSBC. So we have the funds in the HSBC account for the users to actually lock in their CTOs to actually use these funds. So basically, that's what is happening now.
So you move the funds into this bank that is backing this up, essentially, right?
So same thing as well. When we do it for the Visa cards will also need the same funds. We've done the funds in there, and then you can use it. You can have multiple of these cards, depending on how many more acquiring, partners that we actually work with. So one of it is the MasterCard that you see. The second one is going to be a Visa, which we're going to actually work with. So you have two cards, you get higher limit. So that's basically what we're trying to do. And the most important thing is we are also trying to work with merchants. The merchants itself, because they are like banks, right? If you are, let's say, for example, a convenience store, the amount of cash that you receive every day is actually quite a lot, right? So basically, that becomes like a bank. You can actually go to the convenience store, push through your CTOs to them or Ethereums or whatever, and they can actually give you in cash. All right. So the settlement would be us banking in the merchant's bank account for them, and they do not handle the cash, because to handle cash itself, it takes about 3 to 4% of their margin. So now we're doing it, and they're getting 1% because they are doing a trade for crypto. So that's one of the things that we are actually trying to entice the merchants to use. Unlike the rest of the
any merchants right now that are already like chains like 7-Eleven or some other like chains?
With all these chains through a third party, the first thing we're going to do with them is the redemption. So we have this cloud redemption that we have seen, which what we did was we bought a lot of the Grab vouchers, and users can actually redeem the Grab vouchers from using the CTOs. But we're going to do more than just that, okay? So we're working with a provider from Taiwan that will actually give us a lot of these vouchers, including Haagen-Dazs, 7-Eleven, Family Marts, cinemas, their local taxi providers. There are many more. I think there's about 100 to 200 different kind of merchants. So basically, we're going to buy the vouchers from these guys, okay, and our members in Taiwan itself, or whichever this provider is going to provide, just like how cloud travel is, they're able to take their CTOs to use it on their daily lives. For example, I would go to a convenience store, I want to buy some stuff. I can just tap on the CTOs, change it to a QR code, and you can just scan it at the counter, and yeah, it's paid. You know, these are the things we are trying to do for convenience
By the way, there's a lot of people on our team right now using the clouds to book hotels worldwide. I have somebody in Toronto that booked a hotel. We're booking a hotel in Panama next week, and it's not just an ordinary hotel, Ronald. It's like one of the most expensive hotels in Panama. So, because some people were wondering, yeah, the hotels, but no, yes, hotels worldwide. People on our team are booking them right now, and it's not just any hotel. So I'm sorry, that's huge. I mean, I'm not going to compare, and we're not here for that because we are unique. That I'm sorry, there's no other wallet out there where you can actually use your
None.
There's none where you can actually use your token to actually do something. There's none. Okay, none of all the other, none that were before, none that are now, and none that are after. It's the only one where we can actually use our token to do something in the physical world. And right now we can use it for hotels. Okay, everybody. But wait, for Grab for hotels too. Two things right now. And it's just the beginning. I mean, what he promised us is happening. That was a promise from a couple of months ago. It's happening now. Now his promise is to expand it to flights, to hotel. To flights, to stores, to merchants, to buying things online. Do you see where we're going with this? So basically,
data
on your phone. I mean, you don't have to pay for your phone bill. Come on, guys. If everybody just understood, just in a fraction of a minute, what's happening here, and you all knew the bigger picture, and you all knew what was in the future, like let's say in 3 months, 4 months, and 6 months from now, everybody would just, oh my God, stay really quiet, hold on to their clouds, and give the man a little bit of breathing air because he's putting together something that's going to be masterful.
Massive. It's massive. Nothing has been done on this scale as far as magnitude in this space ever before. And we talked about this 6 months ago. There are companies that have been trying to do something like this that are even just they don't even have an affiliate market, and they still haven't nailed the technology.
So Ronald, that's all exciting, very, very exciting with the merchants. In order to get it actually in the field right now, we need to complete with the CESA license, right? So how is that coming along?
There are two parts of this. The first is actually the redemption. Redemption, we don't need a CESA. So that will increase the usage of the CTOs. And with the increased usage of the CTOs, okay, there will be less conversion, right? And that will free up the channel as well. So there's the other methods that we're trying to do in order to even out the congestion in our channel. Now, the CESA is one of the things to get hopefully by before the end of 2 weeks or this week. Our guys, our expensive courier has just couriered our the documents that's needed by from CESA in Philippines now. So basically, we should be getting a good news very, very soon from that itself. Then I'll share it to the through the cloud chat system itself. All right. Now the CESA is for this because we know that the end of the year is coming and a lot of people would need a lot of cash, right? So basically, yeah. The Boxing Day and Chinese New Year is coming, and you have a lot of other things that's coming up. Everybody would need a lot of cash. So the two cards are coming out, so there will be two avenues for people to actually use their money, and the other method is to actually use the merchants itself as banks or ATMs to be able to let the members withdraw or to cash out from that itself. Okay, and the merchants itself would actually do crypto trades to get 1%. So instead of us working with 1 million people, with maybe 10,000 merchants or 100,000 merchants. So it's still much more easier for us to work out this.
And remember, there's also a lot of people that are going to be spending their CTOs to do other things that we can do with our CTOs online, here to then, So some is they take out cash, but if I can use my CTOs to do things for Ronald, if I'm going to spend CTOs on my phone, cash or fiat, or if I can use cloud, why not use cloud to get my data from my phone? If I can use clouds to book hotels instead of using money, why not use clouds? So anything that you do add to this ecosystem where we can use clouds, I think that everybody in this community should use the clouds more than their money. I mean, hey, you should all be working in the same bulldozer here. You know, we're all pushing the same way, because the more that we use our clouds in whatever we have to offer, the more that you're helping the company just solidify itself. So just listen, even if it's the same price. Oh yeah, but Luigi, I can get the hotel at $10 less a month. Oh, come on. Are you serious? For $10 less a month, you would not use your clouds and help the company that you're working for? And just please, come on. Now, I'm not saying that it is $10 more. I'm just giving you an example here, okay?
So with the merchants, are you going to focus initially in China and the Asia regions to get all these places where people can take CTOs for cash and buy?
Network marketer to actually sign up any merchant in the world.
Anywhere in Italy.
But
Yeah.
to go through a KYB process.
Yeah.
So it means that everywhere, when it's ready to launch, Vitaly, you, me, anybody on our team can find merchants anywhere in the world. This is
anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
Anywhere. And there's a kickback for the affiliate marketer, for the network marketer that brings the merchant on, right, Ronald? Yeah. So it's advantageous for you financially.
You're going to be working in Israel too, if we find here.
Yes, in Israel, man. You got to stop and shop in Israel. Sign them up if they want to take clouds.
Ronald, I want to hear from Ronald.
He's already said it, but yeah, he'll say it again.
Yes.
Okay, that's super cool, because we can really get some big stores.
Yeah, but not only that, Vitaly, it just means that you just opened up another affiliate section within the affiliate section.
Another income stream.
Come on, man, it's another income stream. Are you serious? Like this goes so much more than what everybody's looking at.
And we are expecting it in somewhere December, right? Some December.
I'm going to say December or January, because I always like to say a little bit more, Vitaly, if you want to know the truth there. It doesn't matter. You know, honestly, between all of us here, okay, we're all big men, and everybody watching, those who are really pro cloud and really love this concept since the beginning and understand where we're going and believe in us. It doesn't matter the time frame, everybody. I'm so sorry, but this time frame, when we're looking at time, is so irrelevant in how big this project is going to be.
Right.
So, I mean, that's my real concept, okay, overall. That I understand that some people, I'm sorry, you know, like Ronald, we have to understand that for some people, it's like money is important like every day. Like they need it now. Some people, it's because their mother went to the hospital. Some people, it's because all of a sudden something happened at the last minute. We all understand that. So I guess besides maybe some other technical questions that can come out from Justin or Vitaly, my side, I'm finished on all these questions. I want to ask you one last thing, and also thank you very much for coming on today, because first of all, for the community, for everybody on Cloud Chat, for everybody in Cloud to see what's happening really and to understand it and to feel it, not only from you, but to feel it from a lot of also other respected gentlemen, which is Vitaly and Justin, and also Luigi, that we're behind you 100%. We are.
Yes.
Listen, I have one question to ask you, because for some people it's more important, not more important. For some people it's a necessity and they really want to know, okay, at the end of the day, somebody that was asking to withdraw right now because of the panic, because of whatever situation, and what happens to all those people that are asking to withdraw right now and you have not gone to that point, because it's hard to do everybody at the same time. What happens to those, that percentage of people, please? How can they actually expect to get their withdrawals for those who really want to withdraw now still, and for whatever reason?
Yeah, so first of all is those that withdrawals, we will actually handle them case by case basis until the network has been cleared up. So that's one thing that we are trying to do. So yeah, it will still be slow, but things are getting done. But at least we handle the conversions now, so we can handle more withdrawals. Right? So that's.
I think I understand what you said. Okay, just to put it in my words, there, it means that everybody that understands what's happening here. First of all, you should all be patient. Number one. Number two, for people that want to convert, you just understood the solution here today. Eh? Everybody's going to be able to convert in a couple of weeks from now, or in 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Or, you know, like by the time you order your card, you get KYC approved. It's like there's a lot of things happening like now. And he also just shared with us, he understands that a lot of people need money before Christmas, before China Day. So it's all happening, okay? So let's all be patient just a little bit and give Ronald and Cloud the time to put this all in action where everybody will be able to convert and have money now. Number one, I think that's the biggest thing that we all wanted. How can we have money now or as fast as possible? Once that's taken care of, the withdrawals, okay? I think that, you know, at the end of the day, he's been doing a lot and he's trying to catch up. So get back to your leader, okay? I'm sorry. I mean, there's no other way because you can't have 20 million, 10 million people, 2 million people calling Ronald at the same time. First of all, you wouldn't have enough hours in a day to talk to everybody individually, number one. And it's not because he doesn't want to. He would not be able to process everybody at the same time, just Ronald. So everybody needs to get back to their leader. I mean, if it's really like essential. But at the end of the day, I think that why would you want to get out? Honestly, why would you want to get out of what we're just sharing with you guys right now? In my opinion, it would be a mistake, but it's your decision too. And it's okay. And everybody, we respect your decision and everybody's right. But in my opinion, everybody should hold on, relax, because this is going to be a lot better than what we even hoped for at the beginning. You know, when I signed up at the beginning, I was hoping in this beautiful concept, you know, this beautiful wallet, but I never imagined that it would be heading in this kind of direction. Vitaly, what's your thoughts on that? A little bit of a conclusion summary.
Yeah. I'm not yet on the conclusion. I have a whole bunch of questions.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
I agree with everything you said. You know, I'm very, very grateful to be here with Ronald. And every time, you know, I'm seeing how you are working so hard, Ronald, to deliver on everything. And I know it's very, very hard. It's a big mission and vision. And really, I'm behind you because of your vision and who you are as a man. You know, this has never been done before. First of all, congratulations on the progress and the big launch event and the party and everything that was on October 5th. I wish I was there, but you know, it is really big deal. And your offices are amazing. You know, you've grown your team so much now. You're almost 60 engineers working. So I still have different questions I want to really clarify for everybody. It's not just me asking, it's my community as well. So first of all, I want to dive a little bit deeper into this ribbons exchange in this OTC. How it is going to work? Is it a third party? Like you don't control it? Like you say third party exchange? And you know, if somebody, you said, put a sell order, there's on the other side needs to be a buy order, and you said it's going to be from people actually getting the cloud SIMs. They need to top it up with the CTO, so they go to the ribbons exchange. Is this something already in place where like people already can buy cloud SIMs for CTOs, or how is the first rollout of how this exchange ribbons is actually going to work?
So the two things. It is a normal peer-to-peer OTC, all right? So it's just very simple. You basically set your own rules, how you want to get paid, and if somebody is interested in it, they will actually chat up with you, actually do a conversion, right? So that is how a peer-to-peer works. But we have added in a automated system, which by the CT network itself is one of the members. Okay, and it will actually snap up CTOs from the lowest order to the highest order, but it has a limit every day. So that will actually help clear most of the conversions quickly. Okay, so it depends on how much we actually earn from the market or what are our revenue. And we will actually use this to actually buy up the CTOs. Now, when we do this, the company is actually receiving back the CTOs, okay, back into the pool. So there will be less in circulation, and that's also good because the price itself of staking itself is maintained. So basically, that's good for us. And
Yeah, it's good for you if you're going to be buying, you know, at 20 or 30 cents the CTOs instead of 50. It's better for you. Companies,
It depends on those that is really I mean in an emergency or really in a rush to actually sell off CTOs. Yeah, of course. Right. So yeah, that'll be one of the things. But what we're going to do actually is very importantly change the way how Jarvis is being sold. Okay. Jarvis now is being sold as a investment program itself, which is okay for us if we were in, let's say, Australia, right? Because that's where our asset license lies and we can do all of things there. But in order to actually push it into every other countries, we need an RMO. So this happens for everyone that says that they have a robot, all right? Everyone needs that RMO license, okay?
What is RMO license, you said?
Operator. Okay.
Network operator, mobile network operator license.
No, it's recognized market operator, which means that you're a finance company.
Which means what?
You're like a finance company, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now, in order for us to actually be legit in 150 countries, it will take a long time. All right?
It takes
a very long time. 150 countries, which is what we are in.
Every country has its own rules and regulations, like, you know.
And every country itself will have you put in a huge deposit, and that will not also work for us, right? So one of the things that we can think of is actually to give the same, but change a bit of model. So that's why we had Jarvis 2, all right? So how Jarvis 2 works is, okay, we have been actually becoming a mobile operator, okay, and we are actually buying up the MVNO license from different countries. Our main objective is to get 13 licenses within the next year, okay, this year, next year, to cover the whole Southeast Asia. Okay, now once we have all these
licenses to be in like a mobile operator in these countries, right? In this,
we are not an MNO, mobile network operator, but we are MVNO, so mobile virtual network operator.
Okay.
So basically, we work under the license of a network operator. Okay, there are many types of these companies around. Okay, so what happens is, now once we have this license, we can actually buy local data from each of these countries.
Yeah.
Okay, it means that our data package will be very, very cheap.
Because you buy in bulk.
Yeah, we buy in huge bulk. Now, I have data from, let's say, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and the rest. So if
you already have bought data, right? You have already like 30 countries working.
But I'm roaming data, which means that you are able to move around with your data.
Yes.
Right? So that's where the beauty of the system comes in. So let's say you have 12 gigs of data in Malaysia. When you travel to Taiwan, you can still use the same 12 gig, even though it's a different operator.
Right, because you move from it's roaming from one service to the other.
You understand that the price of data in Taiwan is different than the price of data in Malaysia. Yes. When you move it to China, it's a different price. But what we did was we made a standard pricing across all, plus, okay, your data grows.
Your data
grows, right? So you put in a 500 USDT package, your data will grow as you move along, but you use data, then you'll just deduct from the data itself. And with your excess data every month, okay, or every day that you get, if you have excess, you take this data, go to the OTC, change it to money.
Change the money, or use the card or whatever, or use the, yeah.
This is another avenue. So this is what we are trying to build now. With this, I am only providing you with a service, which is a subscription-based service. It's not an investment at all.
No, I know that's what we're getting away from, everybody. We're getting away.
Yeah.
So this is a year. You said it's yearly subscription. The Jarvis 2.0. It's a yearly subscription, right? Like, what happens after the year ends? Let's say somebody buys $1,000, puts in the Jarvis 2.0. Huh?
We'll send you a contract to be renewed.
Renew the. Will it cost to renew the contract after 1 year?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They
This
just
is like a
continue.
mobile subscription, right? They ask you to renew, and it costs you nothing.
You'll just click on yes, renew, and that's it.
That's about it.
Right.
My
And if you
question-
don't renew, you can take whatever in Jarvis, like Bitcoin or whatever, and take it back to the super wallet.
Yeah. So it's just the same as how it is, but it's the way we portray it. It is no longer CTOs coming back to you. It's data coming back to you, and data changing to CTOs, whereby it's all outside on a third-party platform. So
And
now
you can actually
wallet-
change your data. You can change your data. You can change your data to fiat, by going through that process also. So you can go from one to the other.
someone would, let's say, I need data, they will buy data from you, all right? Through CTOs.
Understand?
So with the from legal standpoint, like CTO is going to be deemed and considered as data, right? And even with that, you can use CTOs for travel. You can use the same CTO for different redeem and all of that.
So what we need to do is to remove a pegging of price to CTOs. So CTOs will be pegged to data. So one CTO equals to, let's say, for example, 100 meg of data.
Let's say.
But data has a price.
Yes. So the CTO is going to fluctuate from country to country, or how?
It will just be a fixed price.
It's going to be like today we have 51 cents. So it's going to be some kind of price inside the wallet.
Yeah. So basically, the data price itself will be normal. So what we're going to do is your data will grow. So for example, one CTO now equals to 100 meg, you'll be equals to maybe 150 meg, 160 meg, based on the price.
Okay. If the price is growing, so you basically one CTO can buy more data.
Digital asset to a local or foreign currency.
And
Price.
today people can already buy the cloud SIMs somewhere in the world.
We're not there yet. Right now.
In order to make Cloud SIM work, the beauty of it is I would need, in order to push Cloud SIMs out in each of 150 countries, right? I need to have a sales and service of
In
this.
the country. So that's the final phase.
The RMO licenses, right? So basically what we do is we work with the leaders, set up shop, sell, accessories, batteries, or whatever, with Cloud SIM, and a POS to be able to sell cryptos as well for countries which accepts it. It's not legally, it's legal, so we can do that as well.
So they'll be able. So basically, to be able to do it on a mass scale, we're going to have to open up little sales points in each country with some of the key leaders in each country to have these sales points to actually do this as a retail selling point. For people that are already in cloud, the members, like we already have our SIM cards, right? For the people that have it, can we already top it pretty soon? Is that going to happen? Because remember, we had like 7 days or 8 days, and after
we'll be ready by this week as well.
Okay. Also, by this week, I'll be able to add data to my card, right? This could go a week or two. For the people that are watching now online, can they also order it now? They have to wait till the sales retail stores are ready.
They can order through only the local stores, so it's faster to do it this way.
So
it's very one card at a time.
So what is the plan?
Wait, I think I want to get to the end of this question. So basically, it means that if anybody wants SIM cards now, the only way to actually do it would be that the leader of each team would say to you, listen, Ronald, I want to have 100 cards or 1,000 cards, and he takes care of it himself. That would be the only way to actually distribute it to their teams. Is that right, Ronald?
Yes.
So let's say I want to give the cloud SIM here locally. I need to buy all of those SIMs in bulk and then redistribute them here.
It can be on a consignment basis, or it can be pre-purchased.
Pre-purchased. Okay, so people can pre-purchase the card from their wallet.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's the plan with the like all of these sales and offices set up? Like, is this something you are going to start doing this month or next month? Like, for to set up all of these local places?
In the mid of the month, to work with leaders. So we will have another meeting sometime in, in November-ish, December-ish. So we'll have a meeting to discuss about this with all the leaders on how we're going to get this to work. Even though without us moving the countries, there are many leaders in Vietnam that has opened up shop, right? And we are just trying to say that let us help you. Your shop itself is a legit shop now, selling stuff. Okay, and one of the things is the cloud SIM. All right, and you are able to actually do this business in a legit manner, which you can promote, not like other projects whereby you have to do it in hiding. So this is one thing we want to change, especially in China itself. Every project that came out, everyone needs to do it in hiding. Now it is legit because you have a sales office, you have a customer service, all within the country itself. Okay, and yeah, you can promote it. So this was
the sales office and the customer service. It falls on that person in each country, on that leader, or is that something you're going to help set up? Like it costs to have customer service and all of that.
Go into this business together with the leaders.
That'll be discussed at the leadership call, Vitaly. That's like the final phase of the puzzle. So let's not get into that. That's like the final phase here.
It's important. Everything is important.
Yeah, it's important, but it's not final right now. So let's not get into it too much.
So when is the official launch of Jarvis 2.0?
We're trying to push it out in stages. The first stage is to modify it to become the data tokens, or the data itself. So that will be sometime in December. So yeah, it will be around then.
Okay, so first stage is the CTO will be qualified as data. Okay, in December, and then you said all the assets from Jarvis 1 will move to Jarvis 2. And if somebody has less than $500, let's say $200 or $300, what happens to these people?
You just don't have your community reward. You don't have your group reward.
Okay, so everything will stay the same. Just they'll earn for themselves.
With this itself, I can show you the entire tree. So, which is something that a lot of leaders have been asking. So, no longer limited to 3 levels. You can see all your 21 levels, all your legs, and everything.
That would be nice. That would be really nice if we could actually get to that point too. So basically, if we look at the layout of everything, the first phase is we're going to have access to be able to have all our cards, our MasterCard, our Visa cards. I mean, that's the first phase, right? Where people can actually start loading their cards and cashing out at the ATM or using it to buy everything that cloud is going to be slowly adding on. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is also going to be the over-the-counter, which is also going to be coming like in the near future, which is about December, if I'm not wrong, right? And the last piece of the puzzle, which is what we're talking about right now with Vitaly, was opening up these different sales of points in each country. That's really to like kind of put a really legit flavor to it all, because at the end of the day, it becomes like, yes, it's a sales of point. So now that point, we're a little bit far because we still have to sit down with the leaders and discuss who's going to be paying for this, who's going to be paying for that, because like Vitaly said, there's a lot of equations that come into that kind of concept there. So
the business itself will be able to pay for itself. Number one is because they're actually selling the cards itself. They're paying taxes for all the cards being sold, sales, service, good tax, if it's available for the country. And because the leader itself will be actually signing merchants as well. So there will be 0.5 extra to be actually sent to the sales office as revenue. So we are into this joint venture, you can say, that we are actually funding the offices.
Okay.
Okay. Can you share some insight about where are the major profit points for cloud company itself? Like where you are making these profit revenues for the company. Now we are moving from peer-to-peer exchange. You have this Jarvis trading. We are still trading on different exchanges. Where you are generating all of these profit points for cloud to grow, to get the revenues, you know?
We are moving, we are diversifying, to say, from just normal trading into lending as well, to exchanges, to lending networks. So we are hoping to get a up to a 20% per annum or so rate. So that will be one of the main things that we're doing. The cloud consumption and the cloud travel, we are actually earning 30 to 40% of whatever you're spending. So there will be a lot of revenue from that as well. The cloud redemption
30%.
itself.
No, you said you're earning 30% from what we are spending with the.
Even the 5 stars hotels, we are earning 40% for that.
Okay, so that's a nice revenue there.
Yeah, revenue.
Well, how is that 40%? Because of the prices are higher on that much than the prices on the market.
The pricing that is given, that is our cut from the backend provider.
Because you're buying in bulk in advance, so it turns out to be 30 to 40% on these deals.
Or booking the rest of the money, you see. But our rate has been so far we have been pushing a lot of this sales to this channel itself, and I think we are one of the top sales channel for the whole entire provider. So we're actually trying to expand to more providers to get better pricing, of course, and also better service from the provider itself. So this is where one of the revenue streams that's coming in.
I like
the cloud itself.
That. Sorry, go ahead, please continue.
Yeah, the cloud redemption itself, as I said just now, right? Like the Grab vouchers itself, we do earn a bit from there, and also the rest of it. So there's a lot of things that is coming in, and all these are all small, but when you add them up together, they will accumulate up to about 7% or so of the revenue that's coming in.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned.
Sorry, that's okay. That's important because I like his question because a lot of people are, I've heard this many times, Vitaly. Also, people say, listen, how can this be sustainable on this huge scale if it's only on the trading itself? Okay, I've heard this many times. So here we are opening up doors to, how other revenue sources are actually going to be coming into the cloud. If it's 30, 40% on all these major, like you're saying right now, the hotels worldwide, that's just one part of the puzzle. Okay, this is like one thing, 30, 40% because he's buying in bulks, he's buying in advance, he's getting a good price, and we're paying a price, and 30% of that's going back to cloud, which in turn is going back to the ecosystem. And that's just one part of the puzzle. Like there's many more parts that are going to be added.
And you said in merchants, the merchants themselves, you're also earning from the merchants, like whenever all of these merchants will pop up to receive CTOs and Bitcoin. The profit, like what's the profit for you in this, like approximately model?
0.5%.
0.5% of every sale. Okay, gotcha.
So
and how is the trading doing, Ronald? Like we've seen a little bit of ups and downs in the market. How is I know you've been working on like testing and new bots, like to improve the bots and the algorithms. How we are doing in this regard?
We have been pushing the trading to our third parties to actually do it now, because that is clearly not our forte. So we're pushing out to them to actually do it for us. And the yield itself has been very stable, but it's no longer like how it used to be. Yeah, we are still hitting the target of about 4 to 5% ish. Okay, on normal.
5%.
Yeah. So a month. So basically, from that itself, that's the I mean, really bad months. So if the normal ones, you're talking about maybe 6 point something to 7 or so. So that's the normal ones. That is from one of the providers that we're actually using. The others are about 8 on an arbitrage mode. There are some that is actually giving us 13 in return because they're doing more. 13 because they also do other things like lending and more traditional stuff. So we're still good on par with about 21-ish%. So these are the things that is coming in. We are trying to actually lower down the payout, okay, from this level in order to actually increase our reserve funds so that we can actually build our projects for the future. It's going to just a bit, but a bit itself would be a couple of million for us to actually put our money into more MVNO licenses around the country, around the Southeast Asian region itself, to get more data coverage, so we can actually get at least 2 or 3% yield, okay, from all the cloud SIMs.
Okay. So right now, say it again.
I mean, for the cloud SIM itself, we are trying to get an estimated number of users like 100 million or so. So we are trying to get to grow it to become really huge.
Okay, yeah. So what you're saying is that most of the trading is being done by trading partners nowadays. Like you don't do any of the trading, like you have everything outsourced, or you still do that?
The thing is, at the beginning, because there's not much people doing all this, right? So now we have the people, we have the resources to do it. So we just let the professionals do it.
Okay. All these people in the offices in Malaysia, are they in the trading office?
Yeah, we swap the people around. The first batch, you see, they are there. Our second batch of people are coming in to replace the first batch to go back to the trading houses. So we have batches of people moving in and out of that particular experience center itself. So we're trying to actually build a concept whereby these traders itself can trade in a new environment to actually give them more insights and things like that. So yeah.
Okay, you have 3 different partners you're working with in terms of the trading.
Yes, including us itself, which is Jarvis. So it's 4. Jarvis will always be there. Yeah. So
Jarvis and 3 other partners.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. And if it was only for the trading, which you say, good months, normal months is 7%, 8% a month, that will not be enough for all the affiliate commissions to pay out. You have, because all the other things, you can cover all of these payouts, right?
Well,
yes.
That's the reason why, since the beginning, his concept, like that's what we're discussing right now today, Vitaly, was that we need all these moving parts to make something like this be sustainable and last for a long time. And just there's no other way that just a normal wallet, just on trading by itself, can actually be something that will continue forever. Like we've seen in the past, the only way of actually accomplishing a task like this is by introducing an ecosystem. And it's like just a couple of parts that were added now that we're starting to see the idea behind it. He's making like 30 to 40% on the hotels. You'll be making 0.05% on the merchants. He's making a little percentage on the grab. So, I mean, overall, it's by adding all these moving parts that we're going to have a winning formula. So that was an important question. Thank you, Vitaly.
Yeah, it's all these little things create a better picture. So you have, do you know how many approximately active members right now, like in the whole company, people who have active Jarvises?
I mean, I can only see the number of accounts, which is over 1 million accounts. So, but the qualified accounts now is about 700,000 accounts. How many people? Yeah, about 700,000. But how many people, we really have no idea.
Because some people have more than one. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes
one account.
Yeah, it's hard to know exactly how many actual members. So, listen, we're going to close this call, Vitaly. It's been already pretty long. If you want to have one last question, I'll let you answer it. Ronald, thank you very much. I'm going to let Vitaly think if he has one last question to ask. I have. Wait a second. I have one last question.
Are you rushing somewhere, Luigi? Hold on.
No, I have. Yeah, because I have respect also for Ronald, and he's been here a very long time, and he has a long day. So we're going to each ask one last question right now. Ronald, I have
6 hours time.
Yeah, so no, that's why I said one last question, Vitaly. Mr. Ronald, I have one question for you. Well, actually, two small ones. Just please answer them. For some people, the new color, the layout, the layouts on the colors. This is somebody it's hard for him to see their writing. I know it's just not much. It's just a technicality. But do you think there'd be a way of changing the background color so that the numbers stick out a little bit better? Is that okay?
Yeah, we have actually talked to the engineers on this, and we are trying to get more assistive features. Be there. One of the things that we're going to add in is the dark mode theme, so you can actually switch it to dark mode, whereby instead of the white background, which is very difficult to see now, it becomes darker. It becomes black, and you can see the words much more clearer. So that's one of the things. But we are also trying to add in features for people who are visually impaired, who are actually which has hearing impairment. We're trying to actually add all these features in as well. So these are the things that the UI team, which has about 4 engineers, they're working on.
Okay, so basically it means that you already understood that was already a little something that was already shared. And the other little question I had was, wait a second here. Oh, sorry. It's not much. The music in the background, is there a way that we can have a button to turn it off when we open up the app?
The new app itself, you will have the settings to turn it off. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I know that there's some other questions that Vitaly wants to ask. I'll let him ask more. Wait a second.
It is very important.
Do you have a question, Justin, on your side? You're okay, Justin? So Vitaly, just go ahead with a couple of last questions, and thank you.
Until we get Ronald here, we're talking about huge numbers of people. I want to get as much of this cleared out. I know how busy Ronald is, so that's why those little things really help, because I then take this and go to the field and need to share the correct information with people. So you mentioned on the last call that you are moving to ERC 777 standard for the coins. And, you're very proud of our technology and what you built on the mobile phones and how fast it is. So is moving to the ERC 777 is going to compromise the speed and what is the uniqueness of our technology?
No matter how good your technology is, if it's only being used by yourself itself, then it's not too good of a technology. That's one of the things that we have actually learned through the many months that we have been working on the cloud project. I've been, because of our recent investment in more knowledgeable companies, okay? And we have actually had a long talk about this and the existence of the Array network, how we need to be and how we can actually make it to become one of the used platforms around, just like how probably EOS will be and things like that. So one of the things that we talk about is the compatibility or the conformance or the ability to play well with others. So with the enhancement or the existence of ERC 777, we are able to actually do more stuff, especially with the triggering on both ends. So, for example, if somebody would do something, we can actually do a trigger out of scope to our array to actually do a shadow update. So now, whatever updated on our side, we can actually do a trigger back into the Ethereum network. So, in other words, now you are able to see exact mirror of what we have on the array network on the Ethereum network itself.
Like you see the transactions and all of that stuff.
But there's a clock, right? ERC 777 needs more gas than normal. So we're still toying with that idea itself to see how much it's going to cost us to actually do this. And yeah, it's still in the works, but it's yeah, we're still thinking of whether to actually we're looking for better ways, and if it's not, then we'll try to figure out how we can actually bear the cost.
Because moving the chain to ERC 777, it's a big deal. Moving all of these transactions, all of these things, it's probably costly too. So you are not 100% sure yet about how exactly it's going to roll out. For now, people are using the RI technology still right now. Okay, perfect. Now, what about like people have this concern about the price of the CTO when going to the exchange now, and you said you're going to be one of the members and other members. Let's say that there is a lot more people wanting to sell than people wanting to buy. Aren't you afraid that about the price going down? People are concerned about the price of CTO going down. Ronald?
Yeah, we're not on an exchange. We're on an OTC.
OTC, yes, OTC.
Not an exchange. It's just a buy-sell.
Like, it's not like Binance buy and sell orders and that you can.
No, you don't have. Nope, you don't have that. It's just like a bunch of people trying to sell it at a certain price, and somebody trying to buy it at a certain price. That's about it. So it's just OTC. Yeah.
So basically, what rational person will do, they'll see the price of the CTO and they put a sell order of that exact price, what you see inside the app, right?
You can't do that. So what basically is, let's say I have a million CTOs, right? I want to sell it at, let's say 0.51 now, right? So now I'm trying to sell at 0.51 cents, right? But there's a guy that's selling it like 30 cents, some are selling at 25 cents. So I have to wait for my turn before it actually hits me, right? Because people will be buying whatever's below. But those that actually wants to buy more CTOs, okay, will actually look whether they have enough to sell to cover or to. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so you actually go from the bottom up. So yeah. It's just an OTC.
It is behaving like exchange. Exchanges, you have the bottom orders, the up orders. So people are going to see what is the lowest bid on the CTO on that OTC.
It's just a selling price.
So like I can go to the OTC and see somebody wants to sell 10,000 CTOs for 30 cents, for example.
Yeah. So if you want to buy it, you can actually trade with them. If not, then the company will go. I mean, the Cloud 2.0 entity will actually look through the bot itself, who is selling the cheapest to the highest, and then we just keep buying from the bottom up.
In order to sell or buy, I have to communicate with the seller or the buyer. It doesn't it cannot happen automatically. I have to communicate.
So the CT 2.0 bot will just buy it from you directly.
Okay, but I need to communicate in order for it to happen, or it just happens like I put a sell order, somebody gets a buy, like you,
A personal order, I mean, for a person to person, yes, you need to communicate because you have to release it.
right? So let's say I'm the buyer and I have Bitcoin and I send the Bitcoin. How would I know that you know, I will receive CTOs for it?
It's an escrow. So if I were to put a sell order, the CTOs will be in the escrow.
Okay. To the escrow, and then people get the Bitcoin from the escrow, essentially.
Bitcoins, yeah, like local Ethereums, local Bitcoins. It works the same way.
Bitcoin, Ethereums, etc. Okay, and do you want to really, you know, make sure that to clear up all of these requests if somebody wants to sell for less, so that the price will keep, you know, will keep the price and hopefully go up? With that, like your intention is to be able to clear all of these sell orders if somebody gets below the current market price?
It doesn't really affect the OTC. The OTC can be any price. It's just that somebody needs it very, very urgently, so they sell it at a price.
So basically in a nutshell, what it means, okay, is that the first solution is the cards, where everybody can get a card, and you know, in a couple of weeks, and we'll be able to convert their CTOs with the card, Vitaly. The OTC is going to be an added function for people that want to do it even on a faster level. And yes, you can sell it at a lower price to get money faster, but that doesn't affect the price. It has nothing to do with an exchange. It's really, but I'm glad that you asked it there, because yes, some people were still wondering what that OTC was, exchange, or hearing the word exchange. It's really a separate function to the puzzle here. So yes.
All right. Well, looking forward for everything to come out. It's really, really exciting. Thank you, Ronald, for showing up. We're going to, you know, looking forward for all the updates in the cloud chat and everything. I know how busy you are and everything, and you know, I'm just looking forward to be of help in anything, and to launch something here in Israel as well. You know, I want to get all of these merchants and SIM cards here as well, and it's going to be only data, right, from SIM cards, not like local number and SMS. Only data, right? Only data. So I need to have like 2 slots for the SIM in order for it to one for calls and one for data, right?
Well, you can use data for calls now.
Oh, okay. You can use data for calls. Yeah, for sure, with the WhatsApp and everything. Yes. All right. Well,
Or you get a phone that has 2 slots for SIMs.
Yeah, 2 slots for SIMs. Exactly. That's the future of these phones. Yeah.
We are working on the eSIM solution. So basically what you can do now is you don't even need to have the SIM with you. We'll send you a QR code. Your phone will scan the QR code and we'll set the settings into your eSIM. You don't even need a physical SIM.
Wow. Yeah. Powerful. Yes, it's like a eSIM, this whole new revolution. And
phones have it, the latest Samsungs have it, the latest Huawei's have it. Yeah.
Okay, powerful. So you'll be moving in this direction as well with the eSIMs. I think we got a lot of questions.
We got a lot of things covered here tonight, Vitaly. We got a lot.
Yes.
More than that, you know what happens in life is that the human brain can only take so much. Okay, even if you go past a certain point, it just doesn't take more. So there's a lot of information shared here tonight. Ronald, thank you so much. I know that we've been trying to have you on for many days. We understand why we're not on for many days, because you've been working hard for many days, getting all of this up and moving. So I think that overall, as a community, we should all see the positive side of this, and all just put a little bit of patience, because we're almost at the completion of this wonderful concept and dream. So That's my vote on it right now.
One last thing, that Louis, the withdrawals are going to go to OTC as well, right?
No, the withdrawal will go from the wallet.
Withdrawals will go to the wallet, not to the OTC?
No, only conversions to the OTCs, yes.
Oh, okay, okay. It's
This is
important.
like grab a service to the wallet itself or to the system itself. So the withdrawal should come from the system itself.
So I have a question before I forget. I'm doing a launch in South Africa like this month, 23 of November. I was just curious, if I want to bring some SIM cards to the live event, I would have to, do I still have time like to order some to you to get rid of them? Is that too short of a time?
Not yet, but I'll try to get you a date that they would. The thing about African operators are they charge up to like $10 per meg. 1 megabyte is really, really expensive. So we are unable to actually work with some of the operators. But we'll still continue to try to actually talk to them and see.
Right now, you're working in Asia, you're working in Europe, you're working in America. And as I can understand now, in Africa, it's a little bit hard to actually get to completion because of the rate that they're charging for them. I mean, the providers in Africa, it's a little bit harder to get to a selling point that's equal. All right.
Yep.
Just part of the game, eh? So you'll be working on that, because I know that we have a very big community in Africa, very, very, very big, Ronald, and it's growing expansively. And I think that would be a beautiful solution for them as a whole. The cards, they'll be able to have the cards in South Africa, and I mean everywhere. That's going to be worldwide, the card, all right? First of all, the card is worldwide. So we're just working on the SIM to make it worldwide, see if I understand right. Listen, everybody, thank you for the call. Thank you, Vitaly. Thank you, Justin. Have a marvelous day. Thank you, Ronald. And I'll see you soon. And I'll see you all in sometime in December. Bye, everybody.
Bye.